During mandatory diversity training, an employee firmly objects to content about unconscious bias, calling it reverse racism. HR documents this as disruptive training and later gets terminated. The employee files a discrimination claim. An employee generally does have a right to make objections and complaints and whatnot about workplace terms and conditions of employment, discrimination, retaliation, all those types of things. That sort of stuff is generally all protected, right? What's not protected, however, is being disruptive or causing a scene or having a bad attitude, all of those types of things. But if they are banging down the table, cursing, making aggressive gestures towards the people they're complaining about, that's the sort of stuff that takes this type of conduct outside of the protection of the law. This is an example of why you need to look a little bit deeper at what exactly was happening here. What exactly did this employee do, right? It's one thing to make a comment during an otherwise calm training about reverse racism and unconscious bias. And if this employee is, delivering this calmly, is not really disrupting the presentation, is otherwise just making an objection known, there might be a case here. It depends on the employee's own protected classifications, whether they fall on them, and what exactly the content that they were complaining about in that moment, what exactly that was being complained about. And at that point, I wouldn't recommend termination, and that you would probably pick up a lawsuit that has at least some validity to it. On the flip side, though, if this employee, stood up in his chair and started huffing and puffing about unconscious bias and reverse racism and otherwise was disrupting the training, now the whole room is looking at him. He's not doing this like in a peaceful way. That sort of stuff might be where you can validly just terminate somebody. But again, it's the how that really, really matters here. Because this is the type of scenario that either could be protected by law by the employee or not protected by law for the employee, just depending on what exactly happened in the room in that moment.